Episode 4, Tiffany's Great Escape. The billionaire's wife vanishes. Or does she? Ever wondered what happens when a billionaire's wife, drowning in diamonds and designer labels, decides she's had enough? Buckle up, thrill seekers and comedy connoisseurs, because Tiffany's about to pull off an escape so audacious, it'll make Houdini look like a toddler playing hide-and-seek. Get ready for a wild ride filled with suspense, laughter, and a healthy dose of what the actual fortune. Tiffany, the queen of retail therapy and the envy of every socialite from Monaco to Malibu, has reached her breaking point. Imagine being followed by a security detail so intense, they practically taste test your oxygen. No more impulsive shopping sprees, no more secret rendezvous with her favorite pastry chef. It's a gilded cage, and Tiffany's ready to fly the coop. The scene. Tiffany, surrounded by enough designer shoes to open her own boutique, is being watched by 6 stone-faced bodyguards. One blink, and poof, she's gone, vanished, like a limited edition handbag at a sample sale. Her phone, abandoned, credit cards, untouched. It's not just a disappearance, it's a statement. A rebellion against the suffocating luxury that has become her prison. Gerald, our perpetually napping billionaire, awakens to a mansion in utter pandemonium. AI Lawyer 9000, his robotic legal counsel, is spitting out algorithms faster than a Vegas slot machine, while the head of security looks like he's aged a decade in the last 5 minutes. "Sir, we appear to have misplaced Mrs. Tiffany," the guard stammers, sweat beading on his forehead like morning dew. "Misplaced? She's not a misplaced Picasso, she's my wife!" Gerald roars, his voice echoing through the opulent halls. "Find her, or you'll be misplaced to Siberia!" AI Lawyer 9000, in its monotone robotic voice, chimes in with the helpfulness of a broken toaster. Probability of voluntary disappearance, 99.8%. Probability of alien abduction, 0.2%. Should we contact Mulder and Scully? Helicopters take to the skies, search teams comb the city, and Gerald's blood pressure skyrockets. But Tiffany? She's nowhere to be found. It's like she's mastered the art of invisibility, or perhaps she's just really, really good at hiding behind a mountain of designer luggage. Just when Gerald is about to plaster Tiffany's face on milk cartons, organic, of course, a glimmer of hope emerges. Or is it a sign of utter madness? A mysterious charge appears on one of Gerald's burner credit cards, the ones he uses for, well, let's just say things he doesn't want AI Lawyer 9000 to know about. $500 at a thrift store. Wait, what? $12 for a burger combo? No caviar, no truffle oil? $25 at a karaoke bar. Oh, the humanity. Tiffany is living like a normal person. It's a concept so foreign to her, it's practically an extreme sport. No Gucci, no 5-star dining, just burgers, secondhand clothes, and the kind of karaoke that makes dogs howl in sympathy. The security team is utterly flummoxed. Why would a woman who owns more designer handbags than some countries have citizens willingly subject herself to the horrors of a thrift store? She's in disguise, AI Lawyer 9000 deduces, its processors whirring like a caffeinated hamster. A tactical genius move. She's blending in with the commoners. Gerald stares at the screen, his face paling. She must be wearing non-branded clothes, he whispers in horror. The shame, the absolute unmitigated shame. Tiffany's final day of freedom is a symphony of the ordinary. She rides the subway, marveling at the sheer number of people who aren't wearing designer labels. She dances in the streets, unburdened by the watchful eyes of her personal army. She even dares to eat at a food truck, savoring the greasy goodness, without a Michelin star chef critiquing her every bite. But alas, every great escape has its Achilles heel. For Tiffany, it's the bowling alley. The fatal mistake? Tiffany has never bowled before. Apparently, growing up in a mansion doesn't exactly lend itself to honing one's bowling skills. She throws the ball backward. Yes, backward. It hurtles through the air like a rogue missile, narrowly missing the head of an undercover bodyguard who's been tailing her since the thrift store incident. We found her! Repeat, we found her! The target is at the bowling alley and she's armed with a bowling ball! Before Tiffany can even contemplate a graceful exit or another backward throw, 20 bodyguards storm the bowling alley like it's a scene from a high-octane action movie. Pins scatter, bowlers scream, and Tiffany's brief taste of freedom comes crashing down like a 10-pin strike. Back at the mansion, Tiffany is unrepentant. She lounges in a silk bathrobe, sipping champagne like a conquering hero. "I just wanted to breathe," she sighs dramatically, as if she's just returned from a grueling marathon, not a shopping spree at Goodwill. AI Lawyer 9000 nods sagely. Legally speaking, Mrs. Tiffany's escape was justified under insane personal security laws designed for paranoid billionaires. I'm adding a clause for mandatory Freedom Fridays. Gerald groans, massaging his temples. "Fine, but next time just ask for a day off instead of faking your own disappearance. The dry cleaning bill for those bowling alley uniforms alone will bankrupt me." Tiffany shrugs, scrolling through her phone, undoubtedly planning her next adventure. "I would, but this was way more fun." The end, or is it? Gerald, secretly impressed by Tiffany's escape skills and terrified of another impromptu disappearing act, enters her into an underground billionaire survival competition. Think the Hunger Games, but with more yachts and less actual hunger. Can Tiffany outwit other ridiculously rich runaways and win the grand prize? Or will Gerald's plan backfire spectacularly, turning their marriage into a reality TV show from hell? Find out next time on Tiffany's Great Escapes. So, what did we learn from Tiffany's daring escapade? That even the wealthiest among us crave a little freedom, a little adventure, and maybe just a slightly less suffocating security detail. But more importantly, it's a reminder that life is too short to be boring. Now it's your turn to break free from the mundane. Here's your mission, should you choose to accept it. Share this episode. Spread the laughter and suspense with your fellow thrill seekers and comedy lovers. Leave a comment. What's your dream escape? Where would you go if you could vanish for a day? Subscribe for more. Don't miss the next episode of Tiffany's Great Escapes, where the stakes are higher, the laughs are louder, and the danger is, well, still mostly theoretical. Plan your own mini escape. Whether it's a weekend getaway, a spontaneous road trip, or just a quiet evening with a good book, make time for adventure in your own life. Don't just watch Tiffany escape. Get out there and create your own thrilling story. Because life, like a good episode of Tiffany's Great Escapes, should be filled with laughter, suspense, and a healthy dose of the unexpected. Now go forth and escape.